So starting with the OIP bridge, which you can also call it as an AV bridge. So the features of this particular bridge is basically, it's actually the future of the video conversion, distribution, integration with NDI and Dante AV-H support, right? So basically, right now we all must have heard about, HDMI to USB conversion, because everywhere since COVID, everything is on a soft VC platform, right? So, this conversion has been something a mandatory. HDMI to USB has been very, very common. So anywhere you are giving HDMI based solution, we all have to convert into a USB solution, right? So far. So you all know about HDMI to USB, but what is different in OIP bridges, that we are the first ones to come up with the IP to USB conversion. So that means anywhere you have a network based solution and you want to convert into a USB, that is where this OIP bridge would help you. Okay, so that is the main purpose and the unique feature, what we have come up with multiple applications. So example, like many places, people have been asking that, Shubhra, we have a complete ready room, okay, and the customer cannot go ahead with, putting more cables and connectors. So we want the simplest and the easy connectivity. So this is the solution which would help you, because everything you just need to put on a network, and this box would convert it into USB and HDMI. So starting with the another one. So this is the interface you can see. So we have both categories. We have encoder plus decoder. Okay. So in encoder, you can see you can use our USB interface both as an in and out. So in and out in the sense that suppose anywhere you even want to extend the USB, cable, suppose the distance is a very far side. So you can use as a USB in and extend it on your table or to a far distance. Even Ethernet port can be used as both as in and out. And then in the encoder side, we have the HDMI input. So that's the encoder side. And then coming on the N60D, which is the decoder. So here again, you can see we have both USB type C and A. Type C can be used again as a in and out, right? Type A is like, you can use as an extender. Suppose I have a camera and I want to extend the cable USB. So I can use a type USB A, and then type C connectivity on my table on the far side, I can do that, right? Same way IP in and out and HDMI out. The unique thing with our OIP bridge solution is, anywhere you are designing Lumens based solution, right? Keep in mind that the best part is that with Lumens products, you don't need encoder. Okay, because encoder is something which is already inbuilt in it. All you need is just a decoder with the Lumens product category, right? Anywhere you're talking about the cameras or you talk about a media processor, right? So you don't need, well, while you're designing any solution, you don't need a encoder, just a decoder. But yes, where do you need encoder is basically when you are using a third-party device like a laptop, okay, PC, or any other third party, which is not a Lumens product category. There is something you need encoder. So that's how mix and match you need to do. So as I said, it's a unique feature, because in the other OIP categories, you always need to go with the pair, encoder, decoder, like a standard pair, which is not the case with Lumens solution anymore, right? So anywhere, just keep in mind while designing, if it's Lumens products, you don't need encoder, just a decoder. If it's a third-party device, you just need to add up, then you need to add up an encoder with it. Okay, this is a simple OIP bridge, right, for the application, for the USB application basically, which which also has NDI inbuilt. Now, NDI is something, you all know that this is something people are coming up with, though it's not that common in India, to be honest, but in Europe and US, it's a very common thing. But yes, it's an upcoming trend in our AV industry. So anywhere you are looking for something for an NDI based solution. So suppose today your customer says, right now the existing setup, what I have does not support NDI, but yes, I want the complete setup to be NDI. So what you need to do is, instead of dumping everything, or replacing the complete AV equipments, all you need to do is just add up this encoder decoder, So the benefit is, it will, these OIP bridge would bring any non-NDI devices into an NDI platform. So that becomes a very, very, a cost-effective NDI-based solution. So that's also one of it. So coming on next slide. Now this is a realistic schematic. I mean, this is, how we are using the solution. You all very well know about the Lumens cameras, joystick, and LC, right? Everyone is, how we do the connectivity. It is all through network, right? Now, why we are showing this sort of a schematic is because here so far, as you know, in our media processors, we have a HDMI out. But at the same time, you want to use, this setup for a soft VC application as well. So, partners have been, there was just a one option right now that was just to convert HDMI to USB, right? But now, as I said, everything on Lumens is on a network, right? So you can, same way, this N60D, what you can see here, it's, so you are bringing the same on a network, and all the inputs, whatever the feeds we have given to LC, would convert into a USB platform. So because this box has both USB and HDMI out, so I can take a USB out from my OIP bridge, plug into my laptop. So all these feeds, whatever I'm giving to LC, would be visible on a VC platform. At the same time, HDMI out for the local output, or if you want to put on a switcher, so all that sort of an application you can think on. So just one of the applications I'm sharing, for OIP, which would make you understand on the application part. Coming on, the next category of OIP bridge is a Dante solution. Dante is something, an upcoming trend. People, most of the audio OEMs are purely into, are coming up into a Dante-based solution. You talk about the speakers or DSPs, right? So that, to support that particular category, Lumens has launched another OIP category which supports Dante. So the first good news to share with you all is that Lumens joins Dante ecosystem now. So we have now devices which would support Dante. So as shared in this slide, that we are a part of Dante family. So you can see here in the slide. So again, everything you can see here, there's a switch. So again, everything coming on a network. You can even Lumens cameras, there will be few models now. One model we have already launched, which I would be briefing you, which would also support Dante, right? So everything on Dante coming on a switch. You talk about even the media processor. That is something we would be coming up, in the next 2 quarters. But yes, so that's the ecosystem, how Lumens Dante, it would support. And parallelly, you want to do a streaming or a soft VC, all that, it supports. So the OIP bridge, what the Dante version it supports is AV-H, okay? So what's new in the AV-H solution from Lumens? So the biggest update for everyone to, us to update you is that we are the world's first ones to launch this OIP series supporting Dante. So 2 categories we have. One is the OIP N60D, which is a decoder supporting Dante AV-H. So that means Dante by default is inbuilt in it. And the parallel one is the OIP N40E, which is an encoder, which is Dante ready. Now the difference in both these models is definitely one is a decoder encoder. Other than that is decoder by default would have a Dante inbuilt, whereas when we say Dante ready, it means that this box would support Dante, but you have to buy the license from Ordinate. Then it will support. So it doesn't have an inbuilt Dante, but yes, this box supports it. So anywhere you want to use an encoder, you just simply need to buy a license only in the encoder side, not with the decoder, right? So the advantages of Dante in the USB solution is everything is like video on the LAN, bidirectional audio over IP, output to a single USB Type-C. Everywhere now the trend is of a Type-C. So every audio video device on a network converted to a Type-C. So making the whole integration for integrators very easy, right? Single management and control interface, secure access control. So that's advantage of Dante technology solution. Benefits of Dante AV-H is simplifies the complexity. If you don't have a Dante-based solution, it's a very cost-saving solution, Dante AV-H. It can sync with multiple devices, experience and connect and forget basically. You don't need any special drivers or softwares to be installed to support Dante. So it's a very simple plug and play kind of a benefit. So this is the interface. You all know how the Dante-based devices are managed and controlled. So this is the GUI of the Dante solutions. All your AV devices can be controlled and support this. So the first category, what we have again, N60D is Dante AV-H. So basically one was, but initially what we shared was N60D, which was without Dante. So anyway, you just want to, use it like a converter or a NDI decoder or a USB extender. That is where you can go with that particular model. But anyway, you are designing a Dante-based solution, then you have to go with this Dante AV-H solution. So it supports 4K 60. Dante audio and video, Dante audio and video to USB and HDMI. It will also be, can be used as a BYOM, just like I'll be coming on the schematics on it, how, you can use it as a BYOM. That would help make you understand, in a better way. And all these encoder decoders supports POV and USB power for fast installation. So coming down, see IP to USB, 100 meter of a distance, simultaneous audio and video through the decoders. Same going for the N40E, okay, Dante AV-H audio and video bridge. Again, it will have a USB. You can encode USB Type C and HDMI, decode to USB, connect and forget, and very fast installation. So this was about the Dante series in terms of the OIP category, what we have launched. And the second category in the Dante series, what Lumens has come up with is a TR60A. I know you all are very much aware about VCTR60A, which is a voice tracking camera, a 12x true 4K camera. So here Lumens would be keeping two parallel models. One is without Dante and one is with Dante, right? So, the same model which would be Dante supported. Right. So this particular model we would be discussing later as well, but there are many good, exciting features which we would like to update you on it. And it would be, by next month, it would be even team certified. So powerful new Dante AV-H solution. So first thing, what we were talking about is Dante AV-H converter solution. See, without Dante solution, how the existing AV integration happens is like this. Suppose you have a video source and you have the audio source. So any of the video source, you have to use two sort of converters, which will convert IP to HDMI and then HDMI to USB. And separately is a audio products starting from your speakers to microphones, which will, again, you need to add up a separate converter. All these converters then are merging to your laptop. So there are multiple devices when you want to use a Dante based solution, so which is a little complicated and obviously higher on the cost, right? So to simplify this, how this OIP series would help you is just this single box, which would take both sort of feeds of audio and video and would convert to a USB. So this sort of a schematic is basically to do with the soft VC application. So in your room, there are multiple AV devices, right? And you want to convert everything on a Dante to a USB, this simple box would serve your purpose, and it will definitely a cost-effective solution, because there you are taking 3-4 devices. Here just one particular device would do everything. Right, so one application of it. Second example is, you can see here of a real scenario of a conference room where you are using a tracking camera, a voice tracking camera of Lumens, basically, which supports Dante. You have speakers, you have ceiling microphones, you have your MTR, and here is your, this decoder. So what it would do is, firstly, I'm using it as an IP to USB on the table because my camera is on a little far side, right? And on my table, I want to give the, that facility that anybody who comes with a laptop and wants to show, that output to the display can simply just plug in and do that. So showing you the connectivity of it, see how it would. So the Dante AV-H in, would go to via network, would go to your decoder. Then Dante mic in, you can see both are going to the decoder. Then there's Dante speaker out, getting connected. And then you take the HDMI out, give it to the MTR. I mean MTR, you can give it to the display. So that's how so simplified solution it becomes when it comes to Dante, just with one decoder. Okay. So benefits again, easy to expand anywhere they need an output. You can just simply plug these devices. You want, suppose there are two cable cubbies on the table and you want to have this feature, just simply add two encoders in it. Easy to change with Dante controller, any source. It's very easy to program. When any device supports Dante, it's very easy to manage and control, right? Only OIP bridge does everything, you know. So all your audio, video gadgets in the room can be controlled and managed easily with these OIP devices. Second application you can think of is Dante wireless BYOM solution, how this can be used like that. Okay. So the traditional wireless system, because this is a very, very common trend, everyone wants a wireless presenter, right? So this is the real scenario, which everyone, 90% of the integrators are using, like with the barcode click share example. So you have a separate converters for video, separate for your, your audio, I mean. It goes to the click share, and that's how you do the wireless. But when you have this, again, OIP bridge, see, this device you can connect through USB the barcode click share, and again, so it also, I mean, a wireless presenter is another, I mean, it's a parallel thing to your a wired solution, I would say, like the click share part. So we are not replacing click share, but we are making the complete setup easy to manage for different sort of applications basically. So as it's written clearly, one Dante AV-H bridge does all the conversion and extensions. So here is the example of how they have shown you the schematic. See, so you have a wireless presenter going to click share, Dante AV-H, Dante mic in. And that's how. So you can now connect, even if you're using a wireless presenter, the same box can also be used with the ClickShare as well, or any wireless presenter, basically. So same benefits again, easy to expand, easy to change source, easy to manage. So third application you can think of where you can position OIP bridge is on a BYOM solution. So the key features is integrates with all functions in one single USB. You can see on this table there are multiple cable cubbies, and there's a display, there is a camera, and anybody who brings a laptop and you want it to be, easily, you can connect on it and show, be it one laptop, two tables, two cable cubbies, like that. So if there are two cable cubbies, I just need to add up two encoders to it and one decoder on the display side. No need for any special softwares or drivers as shared. So BYOM, see here, the traditional system, again, with a lot of converters. Now your laptop is on the table and the distance of the display is on the far side. So you again need to add up HDMI based RX, TX and all, right? So with this sort of a solution, adding up as a pair, you just, your cost of the additional converters plus RX, TX, it is waived off basically. See how simple it becomes. So two Dante AV bridge, simplified cabling, confident audio routing, centralized control, enhanced connectivity, bonus USB hosting shared. So there is no compromise on it. I mean, there is no feature which is not included in this sort of a solution, both audio, video. Rather, we have made it very simplified for you all. So now Type-C connectivity for the BYOM cable. You can see same thing, I think. Dante mic in, Dante speaker out, AV-H in, and Dante AV-H out. So through this bridge, And laptop, because it's a third-party device, so I want to show my laptop on the far side. So I've added encoder basically as, you can just imagine there's a cable cubby on the table. So for the cable cubby side, I've put an encoder, so which would show, to encode and decode on the table, basically, on the display, sorry. So that's how. So again, the same features. So this is a small video to show what exactly we discussed about this OIP bridge. How, so there's a small demo video I would like to play now.
Hello everybody, I'm Joris from Lumens, and today we would like to show you our new BYOM solution. For this, we use our OIP60D Dante decoder and our OIP40E Dante decoder. What do? We connect this box and we place it on the back of the TV. As I said, we connect it to the network, and then we have our OIP40E encoder, and we place it here under the table and connect it to the same network. After that, we have one USB-C cable that can be passed around to every participant of the meeting. What can they then do? When you have a Dante-enabled DSP, a Dante-enabled microphone or speaker system, you can connect that to the encoder. The encoder will take the Dante audio and video from the camera that is there standing on the TV, and it will decode it and give it to you as a USB-C signal. After that, it will take your whole screen and it will send it over to the decoder, which is at the back of the TV, and it will be displayed live over there. So it enables you that every participant in the room can use your high-end quality microphone and speaker.
So that's a simplified, kind of a demo, how you can relate to multiple applications, basically. So we would also be, as I said, right now we have two categories in the Dante. One is the OIP category, and parallel we have launched as a TR60A camera, which is a voice tracking Dante. So, but Lumens has plans of coming up with the other supporting product categories, like we have multiple tracking cameras. So we would also be launching Dante supported, and even CamConnect and media processor. So maybe in next 2-3 quarters, but Lumens has a plan. So all these categories would be supporting Dante in the upcoming times. Coming on the Lumens and Bosch integration, basically now. The same OIP series can also be used. What we showed you right now, just to recap, is one side was IP to USB conversion application. Second type was as a bridge for BYOM application. Third sort of a benefit would be with the Bosch integration, because this OIP series is also Bosch certified and it is compatible with Dicentis series as of now. Okay, so how you would be benefited with the OIP series with the Bosch conference system, this is what we are supposed to update you. So here it is. So you all are very much aware about the integration of the conference system. So this is the existing integration, how we do, wherein you take a separate video matrix switcher. Okay, they're separate controller, splitters, So this is the existing setup. Everything on a, like example, you have to take a third party SDI switcher, okay, from different brands, then parallelly, on IP. So like this, we do the existing connectivity, which is a little complicated with multiple devices. But with the N60D, that OIP category, here the thing is, we have changed everything from SDI based solution to IP. So now you can call cameras, to that look at me feature, so calling camera presets, even switching sources, all that can happen on IP now. Everything is on a network now, you can see. So that's how is another benefit of this OIP AV bridge solution. So anyway, you are designing, see, we have plans of coming up with other conference systems. So the first we have developed is with the Bosch, and parallel with Televic, Lumens is working on. So we will keep on updating you on it. But as of now, it is also Bosch certified. So wherever you are using this Bosch conference system and you want to go ahead with the look at me feature all on a simplified version, you can simply go with our N60D solution OIP. So that was all about the OIP series, what we were talking about. Now coming on the speaker tracking solution, what we have launched, right? This is to update you on it. So starting with the one sort of a category, what we have is a CamConnect Pro category. Okay, this is a CamConnect box, which is the AI box, which would do multiple functionalities. That is, say, so one box has two sort of an application we want to show through this slide. One is anywhere you are positioning ceiling microphones and you want to do voice tracking through that. So this AI box would do that. So that is one sort of an application through CamConnect to support tracking. Parallel, it can also be used like a video mixer or a multi-viewer, right? Example now, many places there's a very frequent requirement wherein you have multiple like cameras and you just want to merge 2-3 cameras and show it on a VC platform. Okay, so here again, this is a new solution you can think of or you can position in the market, right? See, we already have LC. I know you all are very much aware about LC category. LC also does that, but LC has additional benefits like recording. It can do recording, it can do streaming as well parallelly. But many places you don't need recording and streaming, right? But you just need a video mixer. So the best thing is with this box, anywhere you are positioning Lumens cameras, all the inputs can come through network, and this box has USB type C and HDMI output. So you are mixing all the video inputs and giving a common out like that. So that is also another side to look at it, how this CamConnect can be positioned in the market, right? So we can, regarding the ceiling microphones, our CamConnect can support 16 microphones with 4 cameras, basically. And yes, just keep in mind, cameras can only be Lumens, okay? No third-party cameras. Same goes for even a video mixer application. So you cannot connect any third-party camera with our CamConnect, but yes, anywhere Lumens cameras, you can connect, give all the feeds via network to CamConnect, take that out as a video mixer, and you can. So you can see there are different layouts as well. We have shown picture. So you want a single PIP, 3, 4 different layouts are there. So whatever sort of a layout you want, that is possible. You can give an output accordingly. Okay, so this is the input or just an interface for you, just to know. As I said, there's a USB and HDMI out, right? So that's the interface, and Ethernet all through network via switch. So when we talk about the tile integration, so this is the schematic. Everyone questions how this integration would happen. So again, everything comes on a network. You have a switch. All your tiles come on a network. Same goes for the cameras. Cameras also come on the network. CamConnect also come on network, right? Now you have a USB output single. So if you want to give a parallel, so you can give one out to your laptop for your BYOD, and the audio in can also come through the separate audio. To USB host like that. So that's the way that that integration of CamConnect happens for the tracking. So in a way, CamConnect is replacing the controller functionality that way for the tracking. It's making a very simplified version. So now the next question would be could be that which all brands we do support. I mean, all the ceiling microphone brands from Schneider to Shure to Audio Technica to Yamaha, CamConnect supports. So everything is inbuilt and it makes things very easy to integrate in terms of configuration, So you just need to simply click on through the GUI, just click on the model number, all the preset, settings comes. So whatever the room size is or the number of seats or the number of presets you want to call, all that you can easily configure through CamConnect via that. And then your room is ready for the voice tracking. So this is the scenario for the tracking. You have ceiling microphones, all that. So as you were asking, I was telling you that we support all these ceiling microphones, the CamConnect box. And it can also be controlled via Crestron, Kramer, Extron API. This is a small video, again, a demo video, wherein you can see the performance of our AI box. There's a ceiling microphone installed in this room, and there are multiple people sitting. And you would see in this short video when anybody speaks how fast the camera responds, for tracking. So I'm playing the video here.
Hello, everyone. We are Lumens Taiwan team. I'm David, the head of sales for APAC region. Today, we will give you a live demo of our CamConnect Pro. And first, let me introduce Sam, our product manager of this product. Hi, Sam. Can you let us know what's the right setup we have in this room?
Okay, we are in one of the Lumens Taiwan office. We have installed a single ceiling microphone, CamConnect Pro, and the two Lumens camera at the front of the meeting room.
Thank you, Sam. Next, it is our marketing manager will introduce what CamConnect can do for us.
Hi, this is Elaine. Well, CamConnect Pro works by taking positional data provided by the ceiling array microphone. This allows it to automatically switch and focus the camera on whoever is currently speaking. The idea is to move away from using a wide-angle conferencing camera, which can make it very difficult to follow what is happening and who is talking.
That sounds awesome. So it gives you a multi-video conference. But what happens if people move their chairs during the meeting? Can CamConnect still phone some participants?
Hi, Debbie. This is Shani. Let me introduce the center stage function of CamConnect Pro. If you move position, our AI system adjusts the camera angle to keep the speaker in the middle of the frame. It's totally automatic and gives you a great result.
Thank you for the explanation. So, is there any manual control required during the meeting?
Hello, this is John. No, the meeting can just proceed normally. There's no manual adjustment required, no camera setup needed. This allows you to focus on the meeting itself, while remote participants can get a far more better AV experience. This brings a real meeting equality and a far more engaging session. That's the Lumens CamConnect Pro speaker tracking. We hope you found it interesting. Thank you.
So that's just a short video to just show you the efficacy of this CamConnect box. So in the demo rooms, we have installed in some 1 or 2, but I mean, it can support 16 microphones. It's not that it can only support 1. So multiple microphones with 4 cameras can be integrated with the CamConnect box for the voice tracking. So that's the function. So this is a GUI, of our CamConnect. So you can see here, see there are different, every microphone, they work on angles, right? So you can set the angles, you can choose the camera. Suppose I have 2 cameras. So I can, the camera 1 at this angle, and this is the preset. So I can set up. So that's how easy, the configuration or the setting of the CamConnect is. Now, there was certain, issues, I would say practical issues. Okay, now example, when it comes to tracking, what happens is that angle coverage, example, now it's suppose one person is sitting at this angle, okay, and there's another person sitting at the back side. So there is, the positions are different, but the angle is same. So camera was not able to get the data where, the voice is coming from. So there was some sort of a tracking, issue. So to further make it all the more better in terms of accuracy, what Lumens has done is this thing. See, we have added up zone setting features as well in our CamConnect. So zone setting means all the green areas, what we have defined are basically the zones. That means anybody who is sitting in the green area, irrespective of the angle coverage, would be tracked easily. So even at the 45 degree, that example what I gave to you, 45 degree, there are 2 people sitting just back to each other. If I don't have the zone setting, then the camera would only look at one preset. But now, since at the same angle, I have made 2 zones. So there will be no clash in terms of the tracking. So I can enable different zones. This is example, what they have shown is a kind of a board area, somebody presenter standing and says that's a tracking mode. So tracking would only be happening in the green area defined. So you can define as much presets you want, and anybody standing or sitting in the white area would not be tracked. So that sort of a further development or advancement Lumens has done on the interface to make the accuracy of tracking all the more better. So that's the the new interface. We want to update you on it. So example, different zones. So there, it's a classroom scenario we have given. So there are 3 cameras, so you can set up different zones. So there will be no, and there are tiles here. So example, tile 1, we have set different zone, 1, 2, tile 2, 3, 4. So the accuracy, there is no clash of, even if there is, the same angle coverage or the lobes are overlapping, there won't be any issue on that in terms of the tracking, because that's an audio limitation, right? So we could further work on it by setting up a zone feature in our AI tracking box. So that was all about the CamConnect, and the last thing what for the webinar today to update you all is on the VCTR60A, which is a true 4K 12x voice tracking camera. It has multiple outputs, that is HDMI, USB, and Ethernet. All the ports can be used simultaneously. It comes with 2 cameras. One is a panoramic and a PTZ, and you can have that PIP feature. PIP in the sense, through the panoramic, you can have the complete view of the the room. Parallelly, the active speaker image can also be viewed. So 2 images can also be made as a PIP. Secondly, for any of the scenarios where you're not using a ceiling microphone, right, and you have a room where you want a voice tracking, so, and the distance, because the tracking in this camera can be up to 8 meters, 8 to 9 meters, so which is equal to 24 to 25 feet, so which is a pretty good distance. So anywhere you are designing a solution or of a boardroom and you want to have a voice tracking, and this is the the size of the distance, so you can simply position this camera for that sort of an application. So as I said, there are 6 voice sensors, 8 meter is the coverage distance. So anybody who's sitting within that range can easily be tracked. No programming, no special commands or no special settings needs to be done for this. Simply just install the camera, plug the cable, that's it. Your room is ready for the voice tracking. So this is a small video again on the TR60A performance.
Hello, I'm Ismail Rash. We are the Lumens team. Today, we want to show you our new speaker tracking camera, the VCTR60A.
VCTR60A have a array of built-in directional sound sensor. It can detect the location of active human voice.
The camera will automatically move and route to the current speaker. You don't need to manually control the camera during a meeting. It's fully automatic. That's the Lumens VCTR60A smart speaker tracking with integrated voice sensors. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's about it's readily available. Anybody who wants any demo, systems are all available, so you can easily demonstrate. And I said there's a good news that by July end, this would be even team certified as well. So there's a motionless switching, basically. That's a very good feature. I mean, the movement from left to right, it won't be visible. It's very fast. When you don't have a motionless switching, then the images become a little blurred, so that's the difference in the motionless and switching and without motionless switching. So dual camera, switching panoramic, that camera with the PTZ. Secondly, the same camera has also supports the speaker tracking. I mean that presenter tracking camera. So one camera, we have both sort of a tracking, whether you want it for a voice tracking or you want to use it for a presenter tracking camera. So both sort of a tracking it supports. You can just simply select, and you want to capture the presenter, that is the trainer, wherever he or she moves, that camera will keep on following the presenter. Like that. Okay, another tracking camera, sorry, that was not the last one. This is the last one, the 30X. We have launched a new model that's VCTR61, which is again a true 4K camera supporting 30X zoom, which is basically again for a tracking purpose. So anywhere bigger room, so far, we had cameras till the tracking camera till 20X. Now Lumens has added on another, that is a 30X camera, true 4K. So bigger rooms, like example, auditoriums and all, you want to have a tracking camera with a higher coverage. This model now can be easily positioned, and it's again readily available. This also has multiple outputs, HDMI, Ethernet, 3G SDI, USB, and all the outputs can be used simultaneously. So we were talking about the stage tracking, everywhere tracking, partition tracking. It supports, I mean, that's a very good feature with all our tracking cameras. Partition means basically it's for the board. So anybody who writes on the board, if your camera supports partition tracking, that means when the presenter goes towards the board and starts writing on the board, that camera automatically would zoom in on the board area, so that whatever the text you're writing on the board is clearly visible on the far side. Many other brands, they don't support this feature. So what happens is then you need a manual intervention, somebody who goes towards the board and somebody has to manually zoom in so that the text is visible, which is not the case with our cameras. So all tracking cameras supports partition tracking, so you can define the partition so that auto focus, I mean auto zoom happens on that. So that's all for the day, for today's webinar, to update you on the entire new range of the product categories, which was on OIP, then Dante, then camera supporting Dante, and even the CamConnect voice tracking. So we are done for the day, and now we can have for the session, and now we can have a question and answer session. Another thing I want to just, because see, we want to keep a live demo also at the same time, but personally, we felt that webinar plus demo would take a lot of time. So anybody who wants to see a live demo as well of the entire solution, or some specific solution you want, that this is something we want to see how it works, so please, you can drop an email to me. Our team is there. We have a complete demo setup, right? So whether you want to see a live demo of CamConnect, we can show you that, or OIP series, or of TR68, everything is, we have the demo separate. So we can do a separate session so that you get equal time for both the things. This was just to update you on the new category, so that anywhere you are designing new, BOQs, new opportunities you're working on, or projects, you can start incorporating it in the upcoming projects. That was our thing. And the same thing would be, you can easily even see during Infocom India, which is in September again. All right, so anybody who has questions, now you can please ask. Sure, we are. Yeah, one of them has asked me for the PPT to be shared. Yes, we can even share the PPT with you. So if nobody has any question. So if nobody has any question, then we can finish off this session for the day. Okay, and anybody has any question, you all have my number, my email ID. You can please, reach me out at this number or email ID. And even if you want a separate, session in terms of demo or again a training, please feel free to contact me. We are there to support you on that, right? Thanks everyone for attending this session. Hope this webinar was informative for you all. Right. Thank you.